Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about ways to cut back on spending. So if you are new here guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. And also guys, if you do like this video, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. This helps the algorithm, gets the video out. And let's go ahead and get started. So as you guys know, my name is Tina. On this channel, we do a lot of different budgeting videos, savings challenges, reviews, just different things. Like I said, we're going to be discussing and talking about ways to cut back on spending. So a couple of these things, y'all, you're going to be like, girlfriend, I don't think so. Yeah, but anyways, all right, let's get to it. So before we hop into this guys, I want you to think, what is your biggest thing that you spend all of your money on? What is it? Do you spend it on clothes? Do you spend it on shoes? Do you spend it on jewelry? Do you spend it on beauty things? That is pretty much the first thing you need to figure out, is where your money is going. The first tip, let's talk about it, is buying accessories, clothes, handbags. I use handbags as an example because handbags is a big thing for me. I am always scanning the internet, and usually when I'm on my Instagram, my Facebook, I don't know if it hears me or it knows that I just said Michael Kors, or if I just said Coach, but I always get an ad that says, hey, Michael Kors, 50% off. Grab it now before the sale goes off. And like always, I fall for it. Okay, so I fall for it. And because I already have my, I don't know, I have like the Michael Kors app, have it on speed dial, it's saved in my bookmarks. It gets me. Okay, so a thing that I have implemented for myself is, because I wanted to buy a new oh yeah, I forgot Dooney and Burke. Yep, Dooney and Burke. The thing that I've implemented for myself is, when I get the urge to feel like I need to grab a bag, buy a bag, go to Ross, go see if they have any bags, go to TJ Maxx to see if they have any bags, I go in my little tub that I have with all of my bags in there, and what I do is I pull all my bags out and I grab one out, and I switch my bag to one of my old ones, and I say, wow, I forgot I even had this bag in here. How many times have you done that? Said, I forgot. This could be for shoes either. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if it's like when your brain sees it and then it's like, oh, let's try this right here. So what I'll do is I'll try it for a week, and then I can tell you by the end of the week, I have forgot all about buying that new bag. So just by going in what I already have, my stash, that, I don't know, if it feels like it just switch my brain over from spending mode to, girl, you gotta save mode. Okay, so that has worked for me, and I've done that also for clothes, and I've done that also for shoes. So I just look in my closet and say, hey, well, I have these, and I don't have to go out to go buy anything or go online to, you know, to scroll to buy anything. And that actually works. Tricked my own self, right? Okay, so number 2, now y'all don't come for me, is Amazon. One thing I know that I have an issue with, now you let me know. Now I want you to look at your phone.
I got you, fam.
And I need you to go straight to your, it's like if you go to your cart and then the things you have saved for later. Go, I need everybody to go to their phone and tell me if you don't have over 200-300 things in those carts, because I'll tell you, because I looked the other day and I said, this don't make no sense. I had like 600 things in my cart, and I'm like, what in the world? So my thing is, if you don't want to delete Amazon off of your phone. Do not save things in your cart, and do not save for later. That save for later will get you all hemmed up. And because sometimes if you try to, I know that when I save something for later, if I don't, and then I try to go back to find it, sometimes I can't find it. But they be having, which is where you last visited and your history of what you search. So if you're really trying to not spend a lot, you might just have to delete that. I mean, you didn't hear that from me, but you might just have to delete the app. I'm just saying. So that is one thing, or that's where I know a couple of my Instagram followers, they said that they ended up deleting the app and not doing Prime. And also some people said they unsubscribe from Prime and they just do normal, where they look at the shipping and then shipping has deterred them from actually buying. So that is another thing that I know, because it is so easy to go on Amazon. It's so easy to add to your cart. It's so easy to click. It's so easy to do whatever to get that product, that Prime delivery for Prime members. Makes you feel so special. Yeah, make you feel so special. Yeah. So that right there is, yeah. Now, the third one, which is crazy easy, is not a hard one. And that's pretty much what my channel is about. To cut back on expenses is to create a budget. Create a budget so that you know what you are spending. And then that way you know how much money that you have left for spending on that bag, spending on those shoes, spending on hair care products, spending on beauty products, spending on jewelry. So I am making this a song, and this is what we about to do. How about you? Okay. Yeah, don't quit your day job, Tina. But that is like the most important thing out of all of these, is to pretty much just to create a budget. Create a simple budget. Go in simple. Don't go in complex. Don't go in all complicated. Just make it easy for yourself, because the moment that you make it so complicated, you are going to deter yourself from trying to do your budget. Trust me, I know from my own journey where I was trying to do exactly too much, trying to break this piece of income, 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 all over the place. And I ended up getting frustrated, and it almost caused me to stop doing my budget. So once you get all those numbers and you crunch and you see what you need, then everything comes together. And you can also implement savings challenges into your budget, which can help you cut back on expenses. Because how that works, I know some people say savings challenges are just extra. Like when you have like the cute little savings challenges, the boxes, the binders. But for me, having savings challenges has helped me cut back on expenses, because what I do is, for savings challenges, I allocate a certain amount of money for what I want, like a new bag. I will save, like, say I have $120 to spend, and that's all I'm going to spend for a bag. Just like for planning and budgeting supplies, I have a savings challenge for that, where I can save $120. And once that money is gone out of that envelope, I am not spending any more on budgeting items or planning items until I replenish that savings challenge again. Because I ended up, before I made an envelope for that, I was spending, when I went back and got my receipts, because I have a little basket where I started keeping my receipts. So every single day, if I don't spend anything, or whenever I was spending, I take the envelopes, I take the receipts out of my purse and put it in the basket. And then at the end of the month, and then at the end of the week, I go through them, file them for whatever month in my little file folder thing. And then I'm like, okay, I spent $20 on a planner. I spent $10 on pens, like Amazon. I spent $12 on markers. I spent $6 on paper clips. And by the time I'm finished, I done spent like $200-300, and I didn't even really notice it. So by giving myself a limit, structured, I guess as you want to call it, structured expenses, I was able to cut back on my spending expenses for budgeting and planner stuff. So that, guys, is pretty much all of it in a nutshell. And like I said, those were easy things to cut back on spending, but sometimes with the way things are busy in life, we don't even pretty much think about it. And so it's always good to have someone say like, hey, let me remind you about this. Let me, you can just do this just to implement and put it in your lifestyle so that you can save on those expenses. All right, so let me know in the comments, guys, what you are doing or will be doing to cut back on expenses, to help with your budget and to save money, because things these days are not as cheap as what they were.